We'll be racing in Melbourne, and it is go! A fantastic start, everyone's away cleanly, and the new Grand Prix season is underway.
I mean, there's a Minardi, wow. Whoa, there's been a massive crash there. Oh my word, there's been chaos. In one lap, Michael Schumacher, or crucially Barrichello, has come from last to 10th. Fire on the back of David Coulthard's car. De La Rosa pulling away from the rest of the field. Whoa, Mika Salo out with some kind of car failure there. Already we got a Minardi at the back of the field. Already, we've only had 2 laps gone. Alex Young is already at the back of the field. We've got Sato out with... whoa, how many engine failures are we seeing? On track here, Schumacher down the inside of Eddie Irvine, and trust me, it almost seems like the other cars get scared of the Ferraris. As you can see, Barrichello is lapping over 2 seconds a lap quicker than Jenson Button. Barrichello up the inside of Irvine. Schumacher right up behind De La Rosa. De La Rosa in the Jaguar in the first race of the 2002 Reverse Grid Race Series has just about kept first from those uber fast Ferraris. Yes, he has. De La Rosa first, Michael Schumacher second, Barrichello third, getting past the Ferrari there. Irvine fourth, Button fifth, Heidfeld sixth.
Here we are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for round 2 of the 2002 FIA Formula 1 World Championship, the Malaysian Grand Prix. For the first time in this country's history, the local population will be able to cheer on one of their own behind the wheel of a Formula 1 car. European Minardi's Alex Young joined the sport towards the end of last year, and this is his first outing in front of his home crowd. A big occasion, and no doubt one that he's been dreaming of for a long time. Let's see how he and the other top drivers get on.
Right then, so hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for the second part in this Formula 1 2002 Reverse Grid Race Series. And now, obviously this series was put on hold for about 2 or 3 months, and you may be assuming that my PS3's been fixed. That's not actually the case. The reason this series has been able to have been brought back is because of F1 Games PlayStation, a fellow YouTuber. He just out of the blue just messaged me on Twitter saying, hey, why don't you get the PS2 HDMI adapter? And you know, I didn't even ask for his help. He just out of the blue just came, suggested it. I bought it, it's fixed everything, so now I'm able to record this game or any PS2 game through my PS2. So massive thanks to him. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He plays lots of old F1 games. I'm sure he's got videos on this game along with a ton of others. So yeah, that's that. The only downside to this is it means I can't record in 50 frames per second. I can only do 25 frames per second, but apart from that, the series is fine. It's back as it was. And now obviously last time out it was a very interesting race, completely dominated by both Ferrari and Jaguar. Ferrari really on top in terms of pace, Jaguar just able to hold out, and they made up places at the start, especially Pedro de la Rosa, who later won the race. And you know, fantastic scenes there from the Jaguar team and also Ferrari. It seems like we could see a battle between Ferrari and Jaguar. Way too early to assume such a big thing, but I know for a fact Ferrari will be up there. Whether Jaguar will still be, who knows, but the podium celebrations, which I forgot to show you last time, were remarkable to see. So there you go. And it looks like heading into a Malaysian Grand Prix, Jaguar could be right up there once again. As we look at the grid, obviously we've got Alex Young there at his home race, but we've got Eddie Irvine in third, but we've got Alan McNish, Olivier Panis, De La Rosa in sixth. We could see some of the quicker back-end teams competing. Felipe Massa's only in ninth, so he could be right up there, same for Jarno Trulli. But we've got to remember the Ferraris are extremely overpowered, and Barrichello starting in 20th, not 21st, so who knows, we'll probably see both Ferraris right up there. If there's anything we learnt from the last episode, is that Ferrari are extremely overpowered and Minardi are extremely underpowered, so the grid could literally reverse around, who knows, but you know, it's only a 10% race, just to remind you, because there are overtakes. Pretty much every corner there's an overtake, so the race is only on 10% distance. There's the grid, just your usual standard grid, the reverse of the real life 2002 Malaysian Grand Prix. So yeah, I think there's nothing else to say. Let's just head on into it.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the 2002 Malaysian Grand Prix here in Kuala Lumpur. Since the first race was staged here back in '99, we've seen some great racing at this track. At last year's race, it was Michael Schumacher who made it 2 in a row with a brilliant win in a rain-hit race from pole to the checkered flag. His teammate Rubens Barrichello also benefited from Ferrari's decision to switch to intermediate tyres during the rain, and he came second, making it the first 1-2 of the season for the Italian team. Third was David Coulthard for McLaren Mercedes, followed by Heinz-Harald Frentzen, who scored an excellent fourth for Jordan Honda. Ralf Schumacher finished fifth for Williams BMW, and Mika Häkkinen scored the final point of the race with his drive to sixth. Let's see what this year's race has in store for us. And any time now we'll be racing here at Sepang. It's hot and it's steamy. We've got 2 lights, we've got 3 lights, 4, 5, and it's go! Everyone away, and under this majestic grandstand, they accelerate their cars, burning down towards turn 1.
Thank you, James Allen. So here we are for the 2002 Malaysian Grand Prix. Mark Webber in second place. I think he's got the inside line. Mark Webber has taken the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix from the Malaysian of Alex Young, but Alex Young is back in the lead, so Alex Young is leading it, but Eddie Irvine is all over the back of him. Eddie Irvine just got much better straight line speed in that Jaguar car compared to the Minardi, and we've got Nick Heidfeld up into 13th place. I think he's swarmed by all of the big teams. Thanks to the game for auto-changing the camera there. So Irvine, Alan McNish in second, Della Rosa up from 6th to 3rd. We've got that is Alex Young. Okay, so where is Mark Webber in all this? I think I can see him. Yeah, Webber's in 5th. Thanks game. I don't really want to see Takuma Sato. Okay, so the top 6 is Felipe Massa, Mark Webber, Alex Young, Della Rosa, McNish, Irvine. If Alan McNish can score some points, that'd be fantastic to see. Although Della Rosa's all over the back of McNish. There's been a bit of an accident behind, I think, involving Felipe Massa. But no, I think it's all good. Right, okay. Let's check the replay anyway, just in case. Well, where was Massa at this point? If I can even find him. Is that him there? Wait, so Massa was in 6th, of course. Oh yeah, of course, he's right up behind Mark Webber, I believe. Yes, he's right behind Mark Webber. So what did happen to Massa? I'll tell you what, that was quite dirty from that Jordan. Takuma Sato pushing out Felipe Massa there, but you know, so Massa's out of the points, which is quite unfortunate. But I think, yeah, Nick Heidfeld is now in the back end of the points. We've got all sorts going on here. The Sauber of Nick Heidfeld trying to go up the inside of Takuma Sato. He's done it already. Massa's back into the points. So how's everything going on upfield? So Della Rosa did get past Alan McNish. Irvine's pulling away. I think we could see a Jaguar 1-2. Jaguar have been a surprise team for me. I did not expect Jaguar to be so good. But, you know, I wasn't expecting Alex Young to, after a lap, still be in the points. He is, though, holding on valiantly in 5th place. We've got Massa trying to make a move on Alex Young. I'm sure he'll do it around the outside. I can't really see where he is in relation to Young. Oh no, loads of people have got past Massa. That was a BMW Williams, I believe. Yeah, but I mean, who is that? That Williams is flying. It's Montoya. He's made up a ton of places. Is that McLaren next to him? Yes, it is Kimi Räikkönen and Juan Pablo Montoya, the future teammates. They're just scything their way through the field. Both Ferraris off in the distance. Jenson Button's off into the gravel. So he is, yeah, his charge has been stopped. And, you know, with all of the big teams ahead of him, apart from the Williams of Ralf Schumacher, I don't think Button's going to score points, unlike in Australia. So Barrichello's in 8th, Schumacher's in 9th. Okay, so we got Räikkönen 6th. Montoya, of course, I forgot who it was then. Montoya in 5th, Heidfeld 4th. McNish 3rd, Della Rosa 2nd, Irvine 1st. It's looking, the positions are looking pretty solid at the moment, but we know this game. We know Montoya, because he's in one of the top 3 teams, he's going to get past Heidfeld in no time, really. So he's got the run. With the BMW engine in that Williams is super powerful back in 2002. Up the inside of Heidfeld. Yep, and he's done it. So Montoya up into 4th place, chasing down a podium position. What about Coulthard? What about both Ferraris, of course? I'll tell you what, it is nice to see both McLaren and Williams up there in the top positions. In Australia, obviously, that didn't happen because of an incident right at the start of the race, which destroyed the McLaren and Williams' races, but Ferrari were able to avoid it. Is that Schumacher trying to get past Barrichello? I think we might see some controversial team orders. Maybe not now, but certainly at some point in the season, because last race Barrichello was ahead of Schumacher, and then suddenly Schumacher was ahead of Barrichello. And the same thing's happened this race. Barrichello, I will be honest, he did seem to move out of the way for Schumacher, so you know, I mean, this is 2002, this is Ferrari. We do know that they favour Michael Schumacher, although, having said that, Barrichello nearly tried to make the move back on. Raikkonen's still in 6th, but he's now got to defend from Schumacher. He can't exactly think about attacking Heifeld, and even the McLaren cannot stop the Ferrari, and McNish went off wide there as Montoya went past him. Was that a push from Montoya, or did McNish just crack under the pressure? He might well have done, because McNish, he's dropped quite a bit of time to the Jaguars, but that is sort of to be expected. But I mean, Montoya's all over the back of McNish at this point. So is it a mistake? We've seen a couple of mistakes at this corner already this race. Montoya really did not leave McNish a lot of room there. So I would put that, well, it was just a racing incident really, but Montoya was, it was a squeeze from Montoya, certainly. But I mean, you know, it was all fair racing, I guess. Barrichello trying to get past Raikkonen. I just love how even the Williamses and the McLarens cannot defend from the Ferraris. No one can defend from the Ferraris. That's a Ferrari swerving around. That is Barrichello swerving in between McNish and Heifeld. Schumacher's got past Heifeld. Barrichello, he has as well. No surprise there. This is Ferrari OP at its finest. Heifeld actually is looking like he might make a move though. Having said that, although no, he hasn't. No, the runner has been stopped. What about Raikkonen? Obviously, he's now back out of the points positions. And is he going to make a move? No, not quite at the moment. Both Ferraris battling out there. Was that Barrichello? No, okay. Barrichello is still behind Schumacher. But I'll tell you what, I don't know whether Schumacher is genuinely quicker in this game. But it certainly seems like it, because that's 2 races in a row now where Barrichello's been ahead of Schumacher, but has ended up behind him. So, who knows, it may be team orders, but Schumacher's already pulling out quite away from Barrichello. Who knows, but we've still got Montoya in 3rd, De La Rosa 2nd, Irvine in 1st. So we're looking good for a Jaguar 1-2. And in fact, yeah, Irvine's pulled out a bit of a gap on De La Rosa. Montoya 3rd. Schumacher 4th. This would be interesting to see if Montoya can defend from, the Ferraris, because we've seen Raikkonen just, he didn't even, it's almost like he didn't even contemplate defending from the Ferraris. That's how overpowered they are. And then we got Barrichello 5th. We've still got Heifeld in 6th, but Raikkonen right up behind. Raikkonen swerving around all over the place. Is he going to grab a point from Nick Heifeld? Yes, just about. Heifeld running out wide. Raikkonen just about found enough room to get the move done, although he hasn't got the move done actually, because Heifeld is side by side. It's difficult to say from this camera angle whether he is ahead. He is slightly ahead. And well, Raikkonen running out really wide there. That hasn't done him any favours. What about further up front? Barrichello's still 5th. Schumacher's still 4th. Hang on. Whoa, what? What happened to Irvine? I don't think... Okay, we will see. Hang on, was it Irvine who made a mistake, or De La Rosa? Because De La Rosa's in 2nd. Montoya all over the back of him. I'm baffled. So that's Montoya making the move on De La Rosa. Yeah, it is. Wow, okay. Montoya, I thought he was... Okay, fair enough to Montoya. I thought he was quite a way behind the Jaguars. Apparently not. But there you go. So Montoya's now up into 2nd place. I don't want to watch Frentzen. I don't really like how this game, it changes who you watch on the replay or on the TV camera all the time. I mean, why would you want to? Michael Schumacher's got past De La Rosa. No surprise there. But it's looking like a 3-way battle for the lead between Schumacher, Montoya and Irvine. So this could be very interesting. Schumacher, yep, he's gone down the inside of Montoya. No, he hasn't. Montoya's defended the place. And he's also simultaneously attacking Eddie Irvine, and we've got just over a lap left to go of this race, and things are really seriously getting interesting now. Montoya down the inside of Eddie Irvine, although they're side by side. It's difficult to say. No, Montoya's got the run, of course, of that BMW engine. Of course he's got the run. Schumacher's got past as well. Yep, he's got the run, and we'll see this from Irvine's point of view. Irvine trying to make the move back on Michael Schumacher, and he has for now, or has he? No, Schumacher are way out ahead. That straight line speed from that Ferrari is unreal, but Montoya, he's got what in real life would be quite an easy job, but in this game is a near impossible job. He's got to defend from the Ferrari of Michael Schumacher for a lap. And one thing you've got to remember is in real life, at this Grand Prix, Ferrari was still using the 2001 Ferrari. They weren't using the extremely quick 2002 model yet. They're still using last year's car. Obviously that isn't reflected in the game. As you can see from the previous lap time, Schumacher noticeably quicker than Montoya. And what's going on behind? We've got Barrichello in 4th. He got past Della Rosa. So is oh no, because of course Della Rosa's in 5th, not 6th. Heifeld still in 6th. I'm amazed how well Heifeld has done. I mean, in fact, it's now Ralf Schumacher right up behind rather than Raikkonen, but still, nonetheless, I'm amazed by how well Heifeld's done. But there's so many battles going on because, of course, you've got to watch out for the Ferraris, but you've got to watch out for the Williams and the McLarens. But, I mean, well, Barrichello all over the back of Irvine. Oh, no, yeah, this is Irvine, isn't it? Of course, yeah, I was thinking it's Della Rosa. No, it is definitely Irvine. And what about Schumacher? Schumacher ain't going to make the move. Barrichello isn't going to snatch 3rd from Eddie Irvine in the last corner. Yes, he is. But crucially, Juan Pablo Montoya is going to win the 2002 Malaysian Grand Prix.
And is now in 3rd place.
Michael Schumacher's in 2nd. And then we've got Barrichello 3rd, Irvine 4th, Della Rosa in 5th. And Ralf Schumacher right at the end. We won't be able to see the replay, but Ralf Schumacher right at the end took 6th from Nick Heidfeld. So quite an interesting race. It was nice to see Williams up there. I mean, McLaren were up there, but the second they got up there, they were knocked down. Webber finished the race in last. What about Alex Young? Something tells me Alex Young retires from his home Grand Prix. That is gutting. The game didn't actually cut to whenever someone retired, unlike the last episode. But yeah, Alex Young, at the very least he retired, as Webber finishes the Malaysian Grand Prix finally. Jeez, considering he started in 2nd, wow. So yeah, that race in many regards was quite similar to the Australian Grand Prix, but at least we know that Williams, at the very least, have some pace. McLaren may well do, although they did seem to be beaten by Williams this weekend, but at the very least, if Williams can be up there challenging Ferrari, that will be nice. But I still think Schumacher's got the driver's title. I still think Ferrari have got the constructor's title. But if Montoya and if Ralf Schumacher, if they can put the fight to him, that really will be nice. So how does that race alter the drivers' championship? Well, not really a great deal has changed really. Della Rosa is still leading the drivers' championship, but now he's level on points with Michael Schumacher. So there does seem to be a bit of a battle between Della Rosa and Michael Schumacher. I don't think that's going to last all season, but they're both certainly up there. Barrichello not too far behind, Montoya right in the mix after his race win today. But who knows really, the championship, as I said, I'm pretty certain it's going to be taken by Ferrari. Jaguar could throw up an upset, so could Williams. McLaren possibly could. Onto the Constructors' Championship, and Ferrari, they're leading it. They have overtaken Jaguar. They were 3 points behind going into this race. They're now 2 points ahead. Ferrari on 20 points, Jaguar on 18. But Williams on 11, and they came into this race with no points. So Williams, they're certainly mounting a charge. Obviously, I don't know how much of a sustained championship charge they can mount. I mean, Ralf Schumacher certainly is going to need to up his act if Williams as a whole want to challenge the Constructors' Championship. But they do show promise. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and next time we're at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And now it wasn't too long ago that I was at Brazil for the reverse grid race in F1 Championship Edition, and I do remember that race on that game being very dominated by the big teams. So I think we know how it's going to go for this game. It's going to be Ferrari, Williams, McLaren, maybe Jaguar up in the mix, but who knows. This game might be completely different to F1 Championship Edition. Logically it shouldn't be, because 2002 wasn't a great deal different to 2006, but Who knows, honestly, who knows? So yeah, anyway guys, you should see that next week. I'm going to try and make this series weekly, so you'll see the Brazilian reverse grid race next week hopefully, and I'll leave you with the podium celebrations from Malaysia.
You can see how happy he is to have finished first. Rubens Barrichello is presented with his trophy, and his thoughts will go out to his team and all his mechanics who've made this result possible.
Williams BMW receives the Constructors' Trophy for first place. Great result for them.
It's always great to see the drivers celebrate their results. The champagne spraying has become a well-established tradition by now, and it's enjoyed immensely by everyone.